Well, hello, Denton. This is Jake Laughlin bringing you another episode of Discover Denton, the show brought to you by the Convention and Visitors Bureau, highlighting events around Denton. This week we have Kim Phillips of the CVB talking about a new customer service training course that the Convention and Visitors Bureau is promoting for Denton businesses called Denton Originals. Well, Jake, what does that have to do with Denton events? Well, you need to listen to this episode to figure it out, but long story short, if Denton businesses always have great customer service, then we become an awesome place to be. So here is Kim Phillips of the CVB talking about Denton Originals.
Hello, Denton. This is Kim Phillips coming to you from the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. Have you ever had a really over-the-top customer service experience? You know how that affects your perception of the entire thing? I mean, sometimes maybe in a restaurant, your food can actually be sort of mediocre. But when you have that really over-the-top service, it changes everything, and the whole experience was fantastic. I know you know what I'm talking about, because if you do it on the flip side and you had a really bad experience, that's what stands out in your mind. You don't even remember what color the walls were or how good the food was, because the experience was so negative. The relationship you had with that particular server so tainted the entire experience. Well, we are on to something here at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. And in fact, when you think about our partnership here at the Convention and Visitors Bureau with DentonRadio.com and the importance of the artists and the music that you listen to day in and day out here on DentonRadio.com, we utilize these artists, this music, as well as many other of the fantastic attributes of our community to attract visitors to come to our city. In fact, that's our mission. I'll read you our mission statement. The purpose of the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau is to market Denton, attract individual visitors, tour groups, convention and meeting groups, and sporting events to Denton. And here's the kicker: and to provide management toward ensuring a positive visitor experience. See, we spend all of this effort showcasing this original independent spirit that is Denton. And we do it through advertising, through sales, through social media and other marketing channels and special campaigns. We do all of that in order to convey that original independent brand to visitors, to promote the uniqueness of Denton. And we really are unique. And that whole original independent brand that we have going on, very much of what DentonRadio.com is talking about when it's out there on the airwaves through the internet to the entire world to talk about our music scene here and the variety and the diversity and the talent pool that's so amazing to Denton. That's a brand promise. When we go out in the world and we talk about that, it's a brand promise that says to people, when you come to Denton, this is the memorable, positive experience that you're going to have. Now, here's the kicker. When we go out there and talk about Denton, the thing is, it's sort of like we're out there selling a product. Think of it in these terms. We sell a product, and what we sell is this town, this city, Denton. But we rarely get to interact with our buyers. The buyers are the visitors that hear our message, that hear our brand promise and say, I'm going to go there and see it for myself. I want to go experience that. But when they get here, they're not talking to me. They're not talking to our staff. They're not typically going to even get to interact with the artists they hear on the radio station. They may be on tour. They may be visiting out of town. Who knows? You know, what the delivery of that experience is actually in the hands of many other people, our partners. Our partners like our hotels, our restaurants, our attractions, the live music venues, you name it. Those partners are the ones that are actually delivering the experience. And so what we've started here, it's a brand new initiative here at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, is a program that's the entire design of this program is to ensure that our partners are well equipped and they know what's going on when and where all over Denton. And they know how to ensure that every visitor really gets that original independent Denton experience. So, what is a Denton original? That's what we're calling these elite, best of the best, frontline people. They're the ones that are touching, interacting with our visitors, our guests, our customers, whatever you want to call them. And they're there to make sure that what they perceive about Denton is great. Because even if the product is excellent, if the service connected to that product, even with just one visitor, is negative, it can undo the entire experience. A great example of this is social media. They used to say, well, if you have a bad experience, the statistics say you'll tell 24 people about that negative experience. And those 24 people will really believe it because it's a firsthand testimony and it has much more power than listening to an advertisement or listening to someone tell a story on the radio or on television. It's personal. They know you and they're hearing it straight from you. Well, guess what? Social media has changed everything. And now that 24 people is in the hundreds, even thousands, or in some cases, even millions. I think back to just a couple of years ago when there was a customer on Southwest Airlines who had a negative experience and began tweeting about it right there on the airplane. And that particular customer happened to be a well-known blogger and had over 1.5 million followers on Twitter. And you can imagine the ramifications of that for Southwest Airlines. So I'm telling you about all of this so you're aware of this really awesome program where we're trying to make sure our frontline people ramp it up, that they're equipped to do so, but then that they want to do so. And the program has a lot of rewards and incentives involved in it to keep it in the front of the mind. Sometimes we get complacent and we forget that our regular customers, they're only regular because they keep coming back for what they consider good quality. If the quality begins to slip, so will those good customers. Those regulars will begin to go away. So these frontline people, the elite, the special, the Denton Originals, these are the people on those front lines that have committed themselves to helping not just the Convention and Visitors Bureau, but our entire city, the image of our entire city to the world to fulfill that brand promise that Denton is original and independent. And it's a positive thing to experience. So here's where you come in. All of you, me, you, anybody out there. Because when you encounter one of our Denton Originals anywhere in Denton, the first rule of thumb is expect great things. You're going to have an excellent, over-the-top, better-than-average guest experience. You're going to. But here's the second thing, is let that Denton Original know you noticed. These Denton Originals are in an ongoing, friendly competition that keeps the bar high, ever rising actually, for what people out and about in Denton should expect as far as fantastic experiences in our city, in our businesses, in our venues. And this is not just for visitors. This is for locals. I mean, hey, we're customers too. And it matters to us. When you go out and spend your hard-earned cash, you want that business to appreciate the fact that you chose them as to where to spend that money. So pay attention to the service. Expect great things. And when you get it, commend them. Because they're working hard and your encouragement is the absolute best reward there is. Now, this program is in its pilot phase right now. This summer is the pilot phase. It'll roll out in full force come September. But for now, we have 5 businesses that are in this pilot phase. Please go visit them. Let them know, hey, you're a Denton Original and I can tell. Let them know. Let's help raise that bar so that all the other businesses in our city will raise it too, because it's not just about visitors. Like I said, it'll make your own experience that much better. So here they are. El Guapo's Mexican Restaurant, Mellow Mushroom in downtown Denton, Beth Marie's Old Fashioned Ice Cream at both of Beth Marie's Denton locations, the one on the square on Hickory Street and the one at Unicorn Lake, and then Homewood Suites Hotel and the Courtyard by Marriott. All 5 of these businesses are participating and helping us shape the program so that it's the best thing for our visitors and our guests, yes, but also our locals and the employees themselves. It's a great program. If you want to hear more about it, follow us on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and Denton Originals is the name of the page, and check it out. Make some comments if you want to. Commend some of these folks that are really working hard to pass these classes and become the best of the best and to keep Denton out front. Now that we've got the 4th of July behind us, it's kind of quiet here in Denton. And I say kind of quiet. That in no way, shape, form, or fashion means boring. For instance, this week, we've got every Monday night for the rest of the summer and on into the new semester, we've got DentonRadio.com every Monday evening, 6 o'clock at Hoochie's. Tuesday night, 2 B's and a V, DentonRadio.com's there again. We've got various venues all over town with concerts going on every night of the week. There's always something happening in Denton, so don't ever fall for that. Our next really big event coming up is not till August, and that'll be the North Texas State Fair and Rodeo. But there's something going on all the time, so just check it out, DentonLive.com. See what's going on in town, and keep your ear tuned to DentonRadio.com, and you'll be in the know. It's all about Denton. It's about DentonRadio.com. It's about who we are and who we are to the rest of the world. Thanks. Talk to you next week.
There you have it. That was this week's episode of Discover Denton. A big thanks to Kim Phillips of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Another big thanks to Gravity Feed for providing the intro and outro music. I'm Jake Laughlin, your host. Join us next week where we will be bringing you more highlights of our original and independent city. And in the meantime, go enjoy Denton.